Today I'm in the Los Padres National Forest at the Piedra Blanca Trailhead, which is just north of the town of Ojai, spelled O-J-A-I. And I'm about to head into the Sespe Wilderness to hike the Sespe River Trail to Sespe Hot Springs. And here's just a quick orientation from the sign. So obviously we are here and basically this creek. We're just following the creek past Willett Campground that also has a hot spring. And then we're going to take this junction next to the Condor Sanctuary all the way up to Sespe Hot Springs where there are campsites as well. So it's a bit of a long hike, but it's through this gorgeous, gorgeous river valley. And we've had some intense storms, well, relatively intense storms for Southern California the past couple months. So there should be plenty of water in the river, and there's a whole bunch of water crossings on this hike. Just a tiny bit down the trail from the parking lot, and we already are coming up on the first water crossing. Now, this river can be pretty much dry at times. That is not the case now. So gonna be crossing right here over, and I think I just have to cross again. The trail itself, you can see kind of the other side here, is way over there. So I'm gonna have to cross a series of these little branches. I don't even know if it's a branch. these little sections of the Sespe in order to get to the main trail. So this is crossing number 1. Okay, so that's the wash I successfully navigated my way out of. This is the main trail. You can see I'm just catching it. It runs more than just the trailhead. It doesn't start there. It's actually a longer trail, but it's gonna hug this side of the river canyon for a while now. You can kind of see down into the wash. That was the last water crossing. That one was actually knee deep. It is toe-numbingly cold, and for this area, it's got a pretty nice flow to it. It's got a pretty strong flow. So the future water crossings should be interesting, but certainly shouldn't run out of water on this hike, because this river is flowing. Here I'm a little higher, you can get a slightly better view of the wash. The trailhead is just opposite over there. All right. Oh, we got a trail sign. Let's see what we got. Okay, so 9 miles to Willett, which is the first hot spring we're gonna skip. And it says 15 to Sespe Hot Springs, which is where we're going. And I think it's a little longer than 15. This trail keeps changing because, I mean, look at this place. It's prone to flash floods. The only other time I've hiked this trail was right after a flash flood, and so the route is always changing just a little bit. So I'm gonna guess at least 16 miles from here to Sespe Hot Springs, so have a very full day ahead of me. Another trail sign. Officially entering, you can see it. I can't even see it on the screen. Oh, there it is. Sespe Wilderness in Los Padres National Forest. So I think we were just in the National Forest, and now we are in the Sespe Wilderness designated section of the National Forest. It's still following this river. It's way down there where the trees are. And beautiful, beautiful day. High's supposed to be like maybe 69, 70, and we've had some pretty unseasonably cold, like below freezing cold temperatures in Southern California lately. So this is kind of an unusual day for the past couple months, and it's a great day to be out on a hike. I'm probably over 1.5 miles, maybe closer to 2 in, and you can really start to see the river now. Kind of starting to come together where before it was kind of spread out. You can see it just moving through the canyon there. Beautiful. And like I said, it's not always running or definitely not running like this, but I don't know if the sound is being picked up by the camera, but it's rushing water right now. So it's beautiful. It'll make getting water to drink pretty easy. We'll have to see about these bigger crossings of the river that are coming up, because the last time I hiked this, the river was pretty full, but I've had a couple of pre-crossings, so 2 more in addition to the 4 crossings to get to this trail, and they've been deeper than the last time I've done this. So I guess we'll just see when we get there. We'll see what those crossings are like. River's starting to get cool now. Got a whole bunch of boulders over there, making for a noisy river. A little bit of rapids there, and I don't know if we can see it, but there's some snow up on these mountains. With this last storm that came through, we got a bunch of snow at lower elevations than normal because it's been so cold. So there's some snow up there, and this river will definitely have some snow melt in it. It's been very cold. Just wanted to point out, along this route there's a whole bunch of campsites, and this is a nice little campsite right next to the water. And it's this full. That's pretty cool. You do have to be careful though, because sometimes, even though it looks like it's, you know, calm, it's deep right here, so it could be moving pretty swiftly. So just whenever you're around rivers, just proceed with caution. I think we're getting close to where we cross it. I would say again, but on the actual trail, cross it for the first time. In the middle of the river, looking back at the direction we came, this is the direction we're going. I'm through the swiftest part, which is over there, of this first crossing, and some of those sections were pretty pretty strong. It went up to maybe mid-thigh at the most. I mean, look at it right now. It's still pretty high, but at least it's got less of a flow right here. And if it had been any higher, it would have actually been kind of difficult to make my way across. But coming out the other side, okay, got a little deep right there, almost to the crotch. So here's the tricky part. And I actually had some really nice fellow hikers first time I came out here who helped with this. So this is the direction we're going, but the trail, you can see people have kind of made footprints that way. The trail is actually way back here, and it's hard to see, but like way back there is actually a trail sign. So it would have been nice here, but we need to kind of zigzag backwards in order to go forwards on this section. So just FYI if you're planning to do this yourself. And here it is. It was super hidden. So this is the trail going up. It kind of goes up and around, and just past this big boulder there is where we crossed the river. So going up. This is a beautiful look down the canyon. I can't see the river right now. It's behind that green right there. There's a wash here that I'm about to go down and join, but what a beautiful sight. Little tributary flowing into the river. And then there's all this green. And a little bit of snow up there too. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. More washed out trail. This is a little crossing of that tributary I just filmed. You can see there's a downed tree right here, and kind of what's been carved out by a very innocent looking tributary right now. But that's a big step up, so might be using hands to continue on this trail. Beautiful. I'm on a nice bluff section right now. Still heading towards Willett Hot Springs and Willett Camp. And then I will be going past there to Sespe, which is the hot spring I'm going to. Okay, trail junction. At least it used to be a trail junction. Signs down that way. The trail going this way will take you to Willett Hot Spring and the camping area right next to Willett Hot Spring. But I am going to skip this for today. Maybe I'll stop by tomorrow. And I'm going straight to Sespe. So I'm going to take this little side trail across the river. I've got 2 consecutive crossings of the river. And it's kind of just shortcutting along this little bend right here. So Willett was like 8-9 miles, something like that. And I still have probably 7 or 8 more to go to get to Sespe Hot Springs. So another crossing. Everything is dry, by the way. My pants, my socks, my shoes are all dry. Just in time to get them wet again. Alright, so that little stretch from here upstream there, where Willett is, was honestly pretty rough. A lot of that stuff is washed out. I am the only human footprints there since everything was washed out, and there's really no signs for this crossing besides my phone's GPS, and it was really, really swift in the middle. So I might have the camping area by the hot spring all to myself tonight, unless other people took trailheads. But the trail from now on might be a little bit difficult to follow, especially if it's down here by the river. Passing through this beautiful section with got some trees, or one of the only shaded bits on this trail so far, and I wanted a bigger cairn. Here's one. This one's massive. I don't know if this is something else or why this is here, but I'm gonna go up here and take a look at it and see if it's just a gigantic pile of rocks or if it's something more than that. Let's see. Possibly it was an old structure of some sort at some time, because I've walked past some ruins. Concrete ruins though, but it looks like it's just a giant pile of rocks. Alright, got another water crossing coming up right here. Oh boy, honestly, that was a pretty tough crossing. The flow closest, on the side closest to us, is really strong, and the water is like mid-thigh deep, but of course with the flow it's kind of coming up almost to waist deep. And I've got to be honest, I almost turned around because I was not comfortable with that crossing. So what I did is I actually bushwhacked way upstream. You can't even see it from here. It's a little bit calmer up there, and I was able to get across without too much issue. And then I had to bushwhack all the way back here. So there's a little tiny cairn right here. I think I may have hopefully just one more to go. I'm heading downstream, so the flow is getting stronger, so the crossings are getting harder. So here's hoping the next crossing is wide and shallow and flat. So the last crossing I said I only had one more to go. That was all wishful thinking inside my head. According to an actual map, this is the last crossing. So just because you say it out loud doesn't make it true. They all involved very, very creative routes to get across, because the water is pretty cold, pretty deep, and pretty strong. This one was actually the easiest out of the past 4 that I did. So you can kind of see it up there in the hill. That looks like where the trail goes. So exiting the water and going back up, and hopefully that was the last hard crossing for the day. So this is looking back at what we just walked from. You can see the river down there. That's a little stronger. You can see the trail coming up this way. So we did a whole bunch of challenging creek crossings, river crossings, and an uphill climb, and now we are going to be rewarded with this view. This is pretty fantastic right here. So We're getting closer. I think one of these little turn-ins right there is where we go. And home stretch downhill, and then a little uphill. Another trail junction. I'm leaving the Sespe River trail now, and the Sespe River. It's rusted out and somebody scratched it in. I'll just get closer so you can see it. But it says Hot Spring, and that is this way. So we're gonna go up this little side canyon, and pretty much throughout this side canyon there's camping spots, but the closer you get to the source, or the further up, the warmer the pools and probably ground is gonna be. So I'm gonna pass the first couple ones and then see what the campsites are looking like further up. They could be destroyed because of rain, but I guess I will see when I get there. Last trail junction. This trail continues up this way, but the hot springs, you can kind of see it's faded, continue on this spring, this trail up this way. So getting tired, but getting closer to the end. Gonna find a campsite and finally see that source, that spring source. And here we are. We have the source of the hot spring, and it flows down in this little steaming creek. So I was looking for the campsite I had last time and I couldn't find it, so it might have been washed away, and I will go further down and maybe even start making my way back, depending what the light's doing. So kind of heading back down. This is my turnaround point. So that's it for today. You can see the sun is kind of setting behind me. It's getting kind of dark. I found a nice hidden campsite right on a hillside, so I've got nice views of everything. And tomorrow I will be hitting up Willett Hot Spring, which actually has a tub that you can soak in. So right set up for my first water crossing tomorrow. Hopefully the water levels will be lower in the morning, and tomorrow I will go to Willett Hot Springs and then out.